Ultra Street Fighter 4! Ultra Street Fighter 4! Who will bask in the glory and adoration that comes with being...
Yeah, everything's going great. What about you? How'd the test...
Africa, Solar Eclipse. We've got 2 Supreme Fighters lined up. This is gonna be one hell of a show.
Alright, so this is me doing a test run for my latest podcast. I call it the Commission. You know, if any true real hip hop fan out there understands what the Commission is, they know it's you know, a song from Biggie and Sean. Joining me is Al Bundy. You got your the settings to where my broadcast can pick up your audio? Like I'm broadcasting live right now, but I don't, you know what I'm saying, I need for you to have your settings to where they don't think I'm talking to myself.
And the battle continues.
All you gotta do is go to the party chat settings. Alright, cool. What's been going on, man?
Not much, just chilling, just looking at all the Xbox games that they lost again. Their greatest lineup in history.
Yeah, it's true. Like, alright. Basically, this podcast, what I'm doing is gonna be like a weekend wrap up. I'm not promising an every week podcast. You know what I'm saying? Maybe every other week. It all depends on, you know what I'm saying, as far as like what comes out, what kind of news and stuff comes out. Like, I mean, I'm doing this podcast this week because of the NPDs and how last month and the beginning of this month, even in October, starting October, how a lot of Xbox fans, and not the true Xbox fans, because I give much respect to the true Xbox fans, how they but the ones that irritate the mess out of you when they talk about how Xbox is gonna win the holiday season and everything, Black Friday and all of that. And of course, when the NPDs came out yesterday, I haven't seen no actual numbers, but Sony announced that they won for the month of November. If you go back on VG charts, you will see, like, you know what I'm saying, the increase of sales for like units of PS4s and Xbox One sold in a certain week in November, you know what I'm saying, the last week of November to be exact. VG charts isn't 100% accurate. It's really hard to be 100% accurate when it comes to numbers, you know what I'm saying, but PlayStation took it out. So what's your thought on that?
My thought on it? Well,
Yeah.
My personal thing though is that, like, you know, you are so smart. You know who the Mooch is, right?
Yeah, I got blocked from the Mooch about 2 months ago.
Oh, he'll block you for anything. You know who Fringe is, right?
Yeah, I know Fringe. Fringe is pretty cool.
He made a YouTube video last night I was watching that was really good. Apparently he talked about how the Mooch is. You say anything bad about Xbox, like he'll say one message to you, and you can straight up be cool with the Mooch and say, hey, PlayStation 1 NPD, how do you feel about that? He will just be so ignorant. And I was just like, I understand why they take it so seriously. PlayStation is just like the console. Star Wars helped them a lot. Call of Duty, people, I don't know why Xbox are saying it. They outsold PS4 on COD. It's more on PS4. That's what I don't get. Like, these Xbox fanboys are like purposely putting out COD.
Yeah.
And I Crowd Gamer does it, but they do it on purpose. Fans even though most of us just laugh at them. Talk about how there's actual working YouTubers that don't get that many likes, but crappy fraud ones that post bullshit on their videos, they get all these likes. You know, I don't get that. Like, you're posting lying about a system, but you're getting all these likes. Someone's working hard posting and getting hardly anything. And they've got the same amount of subscribers. So, kind of weird, personally.
Well, I think the matter of that is drama basically sells. And it's people out there that know the truth, but a lot of people actually watch the videos of the ones that's basically, you know, using propaganda or misinformation and everything. They want to see exactly what they're saying and how ignorant they're making themselves look. Whereas, you know, you have YouTubers out there that's actually, you know, I'm not gonna say working hard, but they're actually, you know, spreading out, you know, facts and real information, and just because they don't keep no drama on their channel, they get, you know, fewer and fewer views. Now you do have some that has a very strong following, and they, you know, they get their views and everything, and they don't, you know what I'm saying, use much drama. Some of them, when, you know what I'm saying, I think with some of them, it's like when they've had enough, then they'll produce a video, you know what I'm saying, basically trying to extinguish whatever lies and propaganda is going on.
Yeah.
BG Broken Games, he does that, you know. He don't go back to, as far as I know.
Broken Games mostly does walkthroughs, though, let's plays, and he just I was watching Hard 8 in a way, alright, but he made a video about Uncharted 4. You are so smart. And a lot of the reasons that he said why it was ridiculous. I know in my heart that there are reasons this little orphan in my He's whining about stupid stuff, but Broken Games actually broke it down to the first reason for the experience. And I just half the time I just don't really listen to him. Like I like Part 8 sometimes, but he can be a little ruthless. I mean, I like he was talking about how he preferred Star Wars multiplayer. I didn't care for Star Wars multiplayer, considering the fact that they locked out I didn't know this. I was watching this from an Angry Joe show. There's a gun. It's called the DL-44. It's console-less pistol. Powerful pistol in the game. You can get a kill in 3 shots. They charge you an extra $10 to get it right off the bat, or you gotta wait till you have 5 minutes.
Wow, now I got Star Wars Battlefront, but I hadn't played it in a few weeks because I've been getting other games and stuff. And I'm not a big multiplayer gamer, you know, so it's like, it'll get my attention when I'm actually not playing nothing else. But that's something I did not know, and I will, you know, go back and research it. But
I'm still trying to figure out why Peter Moore was saying that no one wants a Star Wars campaign. Like that's every Star Wars fan's dream. Campaign to play as Luke Skywalker, fighting Darth Vader on the starship.
Well, I take it as that's propaganda on his end because he know gamers want that campaign, and it's coming. It's got to come unless they're gonna just create a whole new game.
For the next one, for the sequel, they're thinking about doing it. I heard there's a project they're working on. Apparently, this game got changed. It's called Star Wars. I think 13,
13, yeah.
Yeah, it was an old project that they were gonna do. I think he plays Boba Fett, the player game. Really good. And they want to get it sorted.
Well, I mean, the lady that was writing the story for Uncharted 4 when it first was revealed, remember, she actually left Naughty Dog and went to EA to write for a Star Wars game. So that's still in the works. Either if it's, you know what I'm saying, it could be like DLC for Battlefront to put the campaign in, or it could be a completely new game itself. We don't know, but we do know it's still something out there. As far as when you talk about Hard 8 and you know his videos, this is what you got to understand. A lot of YouTubers will have their own personal opinions about certain experiences on games. So while he might not like Uncharted multiplayer beta, at the end of the day, it's still his opinion. Me personally, like I said, I'm not a big multiplayer gamer, but I also have fun at times with certain games if I feel that it's made right. I like the Uncharted multiplayer, but there's one thing I didn't like about it, and that was the mystical powers and stuff. That's kind of irritating.
Yeah, here's the thing. You know that they're probably going to make a classic or a hardcore where they will remove them because all the Uncharted have had a classic game mode. Like they would remove basically all the perks. It would just be straight up run, shoot.
Yeah.
That's it. I have a feeling they're going to do that because they have been getting complaints about the league first. But I've been able to find ways to dodge it pretty well. I don't think that's a game breaker for me. Call of Duty, I personally think it's worse. I love the Quick COD. All the kill streaks are ridiculous. And most people camp for them, and I don't like it. I like Black Ops 3 campaign. The campaign was awesome. Zombie. The multiplayer, the beta is so good compared to the multiplayer. Like, it's ridiculous. But I know what you mean. Mystical thing is kind of an issue, but I have a feeling they're going to bring a mode where you wouldn't have to have it.
Yeah.
It's a beta. And after this beta, they're going to be asking people they did with Uncharted 3 beta. So I have a feeling they're going to add in a mode where you don't have to have one. But most people buy this game for the campaign. They don't buy it for the campaign.
Nah.
I actually have a couple of buddies who said, I don't know about the multiplayer. now want to play the campaign. And now that single-player campaign itself is going to have dialogue options. There's going to be multiple endings to this game.
Yeah, I mean that's the only thing I can. That's the only thing I can think of when I saw that in the latest trailer from the PlayStation Experience. What else?
I was talking to Nick about that. He went to PSX and told me people were freaking out when they saw that.
Yeah. What else, like, far as this week that's been going on? I read today that there's a new Tales games coming to the PS4 and PS3. Yeah, a new Batman Telltale game. Which to me, Telltale is.
Yeah, go ahead.
To me, Telltale has actually been on their game as far as like making games. They might take a.
Always made great games.
Yeah.
I thought Tales of the Border was crap. It turned out to be great. I thought Game of Thrones was gonna be crap, and I'm a huge Game of Thrones fan. I watched every single season. I watched all the episodes. I'm a huge Jon Snow fan, so I thought they were gonna muck it up. You know, I thought they were gonna ruin it. They did a good job, and now they've already confirmed the season 2 right off the bat. So they have a lot of companies, they have a lot of divisions working on Telltale. They're also making a Lego Avengers Telltale game. I wouldn't be surprised if they make a Deadpool Telltale game. They're making a Batman when it's supposed to be dark like the old Batman. They do that. Dark Batman. They weren't kids. They weren't kid friendly. So, I have a feeling they're gonna be doing something like that. I also heard with the backwards compatible with PS2 with Parappa the Rapper 2 being added.
Someday, beautiful thing. Destination confirmed.
I never got to beat the second one. I mostly played the first one. So I'm happy to see they're adding that. We already talked about Star Wars thing. Oh, they also Gravity Rush came out. The Hong Kong PSN store. They have an English version you can get.
Here's a present for you.
I've been playing. It's really good.
I'm waiting for the physical release because I mean, yeah. I've always felt that the Gravity Rush game, like I have the digital version on my PlayStation Vita, which I don't even have a Vita no more because every time I get one, I ended up trading in, which is crazy. But I mean, it's just. To me, the games that's on the Vita deserve a, you know what I'm saying, deserve to be on the PS4 or the PS3 for that mention. But I always felt the Gravity Rush needed to be played on a bigger TV, you know what I'm saying, bigger screen. And that's why I just couldn't bring myself to finish it because it was just the experience need to be, you know, put in a broader audience. And I'm glad that they did announce that there was going to be, you know...
that's why they tried to do that Vita TV thing.
Yeah, which, you know... and let's talk about the things Sony aren't afraid to come out with, and they know that, you know, like the Vita TV. It wasn't successful in America. And...
No, the main reason it wasn't was because a lot of the games weren't compatible. I looked at the list. A lot of those games aren't even available in America.
All right, and okay, let's look. We got the Vita TV, the PlayStation Move, Wonder Book, a lot of other stuff that Sony actually tried to bring to the masses, and they failed. But you know, the thing is, a lot of people always, you know, throwing Sony under the bus for doing stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you got to look at the fact that they're not afraid to try to bring you something new. A lot of times the price point of the product is what hurts them. Like with the Vita TV when it first released in the United States, I'm not gonna say it was a bit too on the high side, but you know what I'm saying, for what you got, you know what I'm saying, it was like it wasn't worth it. The PlayStation Vita itself, when it first released in the States, you know what I'm saying, I thought it was a little too pricey. I still think it's a little too pricey. It needs to come down a little bit more just to go up competitively against the 3DS, which, you know, the 3DS is the king of the handhelds. Yeah, it's not gonna happen, but Yeah.
No, I think that I was also watching. I don't know if you know who Michael Pachter is.
Yeah, I know Packer.
Yeah, he has a YouTube channel now that's he's really the PlayStation console. He says that it is. I also think that it is because PlayStation realized that Nintendo is and mobile games and I didn't know that they were that big. Yeah. But they're realizing that PlayStation should just stick with the console anyway, because a lot of handheld people could just mostly play on their phone. Like I'm able to play Bard's Tale and Max Payne on my iPhone. Max Payne, PS2 game on my iPhone. It looks better on my iPhone than it did on the PS2. That's right. That little phone, little tiny iPhone 5S, little phone, can play Max Payne, better frame and resolution than PS2's original Xbox. That's impressive. That's why mobile games are really good. You can play a lot of good games. If you look, I just don't like the premium games. I don't like the ones that basically pay in like Candy Crush.
Yeah.
Games like that, but PlayStation's doing good with their console. But the thing is that the Vita is most of their electronics is well in Japan. Everybody knows that. The Vita, they've got games lined up for PSP in Japan still. Their PSP is still selling in Japan. Okay? Not like it is here. They stopped making games in America for PSP. And Vita still has support, but it doesn't have first parties, so it just has third parties. A lot of games coming out that are made by third parties, not made by I'm keeping mine because I got some Japanese imports that I like to play on them, and I like to use it, you know, just on the go, cool to have. I like it. I wish they had more support for it. The thing that really killed it was the memory cards.
Yeah.
64 gigabyte memory card's like $7.
Yeah.
That's expensive for a little chip. That's pricey. That's what killed it.
Proprietary things they had, you know what I'm saying? Like for you know, if it would have came out with like where you can use any kind of memory card like SanDisk or whatever, a mini memory card or whatever, then it would probably been alright because you can find those, you know, cheap. But you had to buy the PlayStation Vita brand memory card, or you know what I'm saying, for the system, which the price of those was just ridiculous. Far as like them, you know what I'm saying, I'm not going to use the word innovative, but far as them being brave and bringing new technology to us, I've seen videos on the VR. I've listened to people talk about the VR. I listened to those who experience PlayStation VR firsthand. And like I've said before, and I'm going to keep saying, the VR can be very successful if the price is right. Now I know if they decide to come out and bring it out with a price range from $300 to $400, you're going to have the hardcore, or the ones who actually experience it, to buy that, but it's not going to sell CU hardcore. But you're going to have people like me.
The main reason is Psychonauts 2 prequel. That game alone makes me want to buy the damn thing. Just that game alone. Just that game. I'm a Psychonauts fan. And as soon as they announced the crowdfunding for Psychonauts 2, I thought I was great. Because Tim Schafer just up and showed it up, and then he announced this for VR. Basically, this takes place, it shows you what happens in the cycle. And I'm excited for that game. I'm a Psychonauts fan. Shit. I back both of them gladly. If I had a lot more money, I would back more. I'd be an investor for Psychonauts. But right at the time, the VR as well. The reason I would get the VR is that a lot of the games are cool for it. Final Fantasy 14. It's an MMO that I've been playing a lot. It's going to have VR support, and I would love to play Final Fantasy with that. Okay, that's the one game I'm interested in. And you also got to remember, PC is different. Get the Oculus Rift.
Yeah. I mean, to me...
Pretty good. Rift costs $50. the thing alone is $500.
Well, to me personally, I think VR is cool, and it's been a long time coming for it to get here. But for when it goes to Sony, their downfall to anything they bring to us has always been about price. I remember when the PS4 was revealed, the first thing I said was the price got to be right. Anywhere between $299 to $399. I was hoping for $350 out the gate because I remember the experience with Sony had when the PS3 was released. And they hit the price point just right, you know what I'm saying? Right up under the Xbox One, which guaranteed to sell more. But at the price range to where people were like, okay, $400 is not bad for a brand new console that does a lot, you know what I'm saying, and has some good games. Plus, you know what I'm saying, with the history of Sony and the fans knowing what they bring into the table, it wasn't a bad idea. And if you paid attention, it took them what, 2 years for a price drop?
Yup.
You know, and as soon as they got the price drop, what happened this year as far as the holiday season?
Dominated, but I think Star Wars.
Yeah, I mean, it's the bundles. The bundles help, Star Wars help, and all of that, because they really didn't have, you know what I'm saying, no hardcore AAA exclusives as far as like titles that we all know and love. You know, they had some, you know what I'm saying, a few exclusives, but it was like under the table exclusives.
You gotta remember in America, a lot of gamers think, oh, it's made by a Japanese developer, oh, it's not considered AAA, oh, it's an indie game, oh, it's not considered, you know, it's a AAA game. Yet people were wanting Bloodborne on Xbox and PC for the longest time. Same with Rocket League. Halo got beat by Rocket League, an indie game. Trampled a AAA juggernaut game for the Xbox One.
Well, you gotta look at it like this. When Rocket League was released on the PS4, and shout out to Johnny Marshall for checking out the podcast and everything. He just said, "What's up?" Rocket League was, you know what I'm saying, was a PlayStation Plus title that was given away free. And you know, anybody that has PlayStation Plus, they're going to grab these titles every month. So, you know, far as like, you know, it trampling Halo, to me, I'm just going to go ahead and say it is because it was free. Now, we got to look at what it's going to do on the Xbox One. Will it be such a success?
Is it gonna be it depends if it's gonna be a free game for gold or if it's gonna be a game that's gonna charge you.
I don't. Yeah, that depends. But I don't think it's gonna beat Halo 5 on its own platform. Like Johnny Marshall just said, Halo isn't going to be for everyone, which is true because and this is one thing I've been trying to express in a few of my videos. Both of these consoles, PlayStation, Xbox, even the Wii U and PC, they've gotten to the point now where you have a variety of games for everyone. I think PlayStation have a bigger variety for gamers than Xbox do, but that's not saying that Xbox don't have a large section of variety of games. It's just PlayStation does have more variety. PC has, you know what I'm saying, certain games for certain people and stuff, because from what I know, you know, you got people that love real-time strategy games and mobiles. Those games are basically home to the PC gamer, you know, because that's where they started from. The Nintendo will always, I don't care how bad they do, you know, generation through generation, whatever, they will always have a loyal following that's going to pick up and play the games they release. And they're not going nowhere either. They have certain games just for their gamers. I think Sony took, you know what I'm saying, a page from their book when they first revealed the PlayStation 1 and came out with just a unique variety of games. And they've been building on that variety for years and years and years. Whereas, you know, because if you look at it, Sony did steal a good chunk of Nintendo fans. Not saying they just went straight PlayStation, because I'm still a Nintendo fan. I was gonna buy Nintendo Wii U. Yeah, I was going.
I'm kind of losing my faith in them because of what they're trying to do with They're restricting Wii U from third-party games. You want to know what their last third-party game is?
Destination confirmed.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing about it. It was like
But here's the good thing. Here's the great thing. Satoru Iwata's dead. God rest his soul. He was an amazing man. But he didn't get with the times today. He was stuck in the past. This new vice president knows. He knows the popularity of third-party exclusives, third-party games. He knows the popularity of the third party. So hopefully he'll add whatever it's called, the NX.
Yeah.
I don't think it's been called because I hardly want to use it.
It's gonna be a different name altogether, and it wouldn't surprise me if the name Nintendo wouldn't come back.
I wanted to bring up with you too that I saw from Next Gen 720. He was talking about how Ni no Kuni is coming to Xbox One. I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, you got the floor on this, because I mean, I know regardless it's not gonna be.
Why the hell would Level 5, a company who hate Microsoft, want their games to be on a console that doesn't even sell JRPGs to begin with? Final Fantasy Type 0, let's take that for example. It was an okay Final Fantasy. It was a very dark and depressing Final Fantasy game. I'm not going to spoil it, but it's dark, it's gritty. It was okay. 90% of its sales, PS4. 5%, I think, was Xbox. It was on PC also. It was on Steam for like $20. Yeah, JRPGs don't sell good on Xbox, yet people are, but yet they're saying Nier is not exclusive, they're saying, Nier coming to Xbox, like, they don't care about JRPGs, yet they want them to come to Xbox? I don't get that. First of all, Nier is exclusive, because they even said on their site, and I even messaged the company on Twitter.
What's good, Nick?
And I said to him, he said to me, yes, this game is coming exclusively to PlayStation 4. Ni no Kuni, I personally think will come to another console because the last one came to PS. I think it's going to be the next Nintendo. That's me. Because Level 5 games does well on Nintendo. We all know. Level 5 does well on Nintendo and Sony.
When you see videos like that, just keep in mind it's all propaganda, because games like those don't.
I thought he had.
No, he's never. All you gotta do is check the descriptions. And most of the time, when people actually have concrete evidence proof, they will have a link in the descriptions of the video. I'm doing horrible on this bonus stage, but that's why I never. That's why I like how Facebook has it set up and giving. Like I was getting ready to tell Nicodemus X, he's checking us out. Thanks for the comment. Everything good, brother. As far as but I mean, I already know Ni no Kuni 2 is not coming to the Xbox One. I'm not even gonna pay attention to that.
The main reason being is that Level 5 even strictly said that they have a strong dislike for Microsoft. They said it would never happen. And even if they did, it would be a waste of time because it wouldn't sell on Xbox. Xbox is more of a bro shooter console. Like, you got your bros coming to play shooters, most of them think PlayStation is more JRPGs, RPGs, fantasy, you know, things like that. It's turning into a shooter market a little bit, Call of Duty, but again, I own PlayStation because I enjoy my RPG. I'm a JRPG guy. I play them. I don't really care. The only main shooter I've ever played is Uncharted, Last of Us. So, I love the PlayStation. Also with Final Fantasy VII Delivery, I personally think that's coming to another console, but I think it's PC. Because it even says, I looked up on Wikipedia, it even says that's coming exclusively to PS4. But EB Games in Australia has a placeholder for Xbox.
Well, see, a lot of people forgot that when they first revealed it, it said first on the PS4. So that left the window open, saying that it's gonna come to other consoles. Just, you know, it's a timed exclusive, and everybody was cool with it. Everybody that's, you know what I'm saying, that love PlayStation, love Final Fantasy VII. Nobody sit back and say, oh shit, they're going to Xbox or they're going to such and such. Everybody was cool with that. Johnny Marcus, Hold on, Johnny Marshall says, what about Final Fantasy VII Remake and Kingdom Hearts coming to Xbox One? That's what we're talking about right now. I think, you know, I think both of those titles is coming to the Xbox One. I think Final Fantasy VII Remake will be on PlayStation 1 for time exclusive. Because just like I said, when they first revealed it for the PS4 at E3, it said first on PlayStation 4. Kingdom Hearts 3, I think that'll be multi-platform all around, you know what I'm saying, on every console. Even the Nintendo NX, if it comes out in time before Kingdom Hearts 3, which I'm giving Kingdom Hearts 3 a 2017 release window myself personally, because of Square Enix and what all titles they have, you know what I'm saying, coming to us. Alright, peace out, Johnny. But yeah, I mean,
here's what I think. Final Fantasy VII, I personally think it's gonna be PC. Because if you look at PC's track record, most of our games have been going to PC more than Xbox. Like Dragon Quest Spawn is PC. Final Fantasy Type 0 is even on PC. Well, yeah, but it's mostly PC. But I've looked at most PS4 in JRPGs, and they've been going to PC. Because a lot of developers are starting to realize that Xbox gamers don't really care about JRPGs. They don't care about them. That's why Shovel Knight, which is a great game that got crowdfunded, it's canceled on Xbox. It's only on PS4, Wii U, PC.
Hey, wait a minute. Let's clear this up right now. We don't try to put like every Xbox gamer in the same boat. Anytime we say anything that's negative to an Xbox gamer, just keep in mind it's not about the real fans. It's about the, you know what I'm saying, the ones that just talk very, very reckless. And yeah, frauds or whatever you want to call them, you know what I'm saying? And it's hard to try to, well, it's not hard to get people to understand that we're not talking about you. Just know that we're
I love Xbox One. I have an Xbox One, actually. I love Fable. Fable is my favorite game on Xbox. I used to play that game all the time when I was back in the day. I'm kind of upset that it's a free-to-play dungeon crawler, though. I'm hoping they make an open world one. And Quantum Break looks good. And the reason I like Quantum Break is because the writers of it are the ones that did Max Payne, and I love Max Payne. The story and the grittiness and the bars are great.
Hey, I just got a message saying that they can barely hear your audio. You might want to go to the settings and turn it up some. We should have did a test check from the beginning. I try to keep my audio turned up very high because I don't like to try to, you know, raise my voice to get people to hear me.
The problem with me though is that my audio is weird. I got headsets that make it sound too loud, and I got them to make it sound too low.
You're small time.
Okay, how's that?
I wouldn't know until Johnny sent us another message.
I asked him when he said, I turned it up on because my microphone level was low because when I'm in a party with my buddies, I'm really loud.
Okay,
I'm raging in them raids.
Nicodemus X said, shout out to the Platinum King. Of course, we all know who the Platinum King is.
I love you too, Nick. You never invited me to Courtney's party. What's up with that bot? I was just sitting there playing a chart like, right there. Must have got me.
Another thing, Johnny Marshall, which is giving us, you know what I'm saying, he's being very supportive of the podcast right now, and I appreciate it. He says that when we were talking about Nintendo and everybody and everything, he was talking about how Sega fans just left. I can't go back to the messages, but he was talking about the Sega Dreamcast and the Sega fans, which I think the reason why Sega lost a lot of their fans is because they started really messing up after the Dreamcast. They ruined Sonic.
Dreamcast was expensive, man. Dreamcast was expensive at the time. I remember you had to have a lot of money to get one of those bad boys back in '99.
I bought one day one, 1999 for $299. I think we got that.
That was like $400 or $500.
Yeah, you know.
16 years ago, and the economy was doing pretty okay at that time. The one reason I got a Dreamcast was for Shenmue, and I love it. I'm a huge Shenmue guy. I don't know if you know that. I'm a big Shenmue fan. I backed the Kickstarter and everything. I'm very excited for it. Yu Suzuki is just, he created QTE. I don't know if anybody knows that, but Shenmue was the one that brought quick time events into gaming.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people do not know that. And to this day, I always have people ask me, what's a Shenmue? And I'm like, you gotta play it. Okay? A lot of people didn't like it. But on a side note, yeah, the Dreamcast did kind of flunk a little bit. And the problem was that it was ahead of its time. I think it was ahead of its time back in '99. It was a pretty powerful machine. I mean, you could web browse on it. That was the first web browsing console. I remember that the games were really nice. They were really good-looking titles. They were pricey, but they were good. But just at the time, man, and once the PS2 came out and all that, it just trampled it. PS2 was just a key, man. Nobody could stop the PS2. The titles that they kept coming were just beautiful masterpieces. Final Fantasies, Dark Cloud, Jack and Dexter, Sly Cooper. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. It just kept coming. Nobody could stop the PS2. That's why I'm shocked to see the PS4. I'm trying to figure out why the PS4 is selling so well. That's coming from a loyal PlayStation fan. I don't even know why this thing's selling so well.
I think the reason the PS4 is selling well is because of the PR talk, period. Sony is basically promising us a lot of good stuff. Johnny says he thinks Shenmue 3 will probably flop, and he's a fan of the franchise himself. I don't think it'll flop because, I mean, it reached its kickback goal quick.
Yeah. Oh yeah, $2 million in less than 12 hours. It actually broke a world record.
Yeah.
A lot of people, if you look at the, I'm a fan of the Shenmue group. I actually asked this question. Most people that back the game are fans of it. A lot of people who back the game have played Shenmue. There's no one that I know that backed that game that never played Shenmue before. Will it live up to the hype? Probably not, but a lot of people just want to continue the story. I mean, if you've ever played Shenmue 2, they left it on a major cliffhanger. And when you're waiting 14 years of your life to find out what happens, but then you finally, it's just nostalgia. Nostalgia is what it is. Same with Psychonauts. Psychonauts 1 came out in 2004, I believe. That's 11 years. And now they're releasing it, and it's already made $2,379,965. The goal he needs is $3.3 million. He reached that amount of money in 3 days. And there's still 32 days left in the crowdfunding. People buy these for nostalgia. Hell, I'm buying the VR for Psychonauts. Psychonauts is the reason I'm showing out money for that. That's the only game I'll be playing, that and Realm Reborn, because I'm a huge Final Fantasy buff. I love Final Fantasy. That's the only reason I'm even getting one. Well, I'm a diehard Sony fan. Anyway, I'd buy anything PlayStation. I bought Vita when it first came out. The TV I didn't buy though, because I had my doubts about that. The PS TV we were talking about. A lot of the games that I wanted to play on it weren't compatible. Freedom Wars was actually not compatible. I wasn't able to play Freedom Wars on there, and I was like, what? Freedom Wars is bombing, man. You're not able to play Freedom Wars on this? Killzone Mercenary you can play on it, but you can't play Freedom Wars on it. I just don't understand why they released it with the lack of games. That's what hurt me. A lot of games I wanted to play, I couldn't play on it. But like I said, Shenmue, a lot of people that say it flopped obviously never played it. Some fans of Shenmue that flopped, but it's because it's been 14 years. Like, look at Half-Life. If they announce a Half-Life 3, it's not going to live up to its hype. I don't think it's going to happen anyway.
I think why Shenmue 2 flopped, and I really can't say it flopped because I don't know the numbers it did on the original Xbox.
If you know this or not, actually Shenmue 2 was also on the Dreamcast, but Microsoft were real bad people back in that time. They flagged Sega from allowing them to bring it to the West. And it was actually better on the Dreamcast than it was on the original Xbox. apparently you have to buy a boot disc for your game. You can just download those. You can download it onto the computer. It's better on the Dreamcast, and the problem with it too was the original Xbox. It didn't attract the fan base for it, but the fans that really love Shenmue wanted it. I mean, you can obviously tell he only wanted $2 million. He got 6.5 million. That is the third highest grossing Kickstarter crowdfunding game. Bloodstain. Bloodstain only wanted $250,000. They got 5.5 million. Shenmue only wanted 2 million and reached that in 12 hours. As soon as Adam Boyes announced Shenmue 3 on the Kickstarter, it went to $500,000 in like an hour. Like, it's ridiculous. It was back. People like that nostalgia, man, and people want to continue the story. And I saw screenshots of Shenmue 3, and it looks really good. It's running the Unreal 4 engine. It looks nice. It really does. And I've also heard rumors that you can only get a physical copy of the game if you backed it. So it's gonna be it's gonna be one of those titles that's gonna be for the retailers. Retail. I was reading about that on there because I asked the Kickstarter, is this game going to be released physically to the public? And they said no. There's a chance that it's only a Kickstarter thing. So the fans back this. And you got to understand, too, for the past 7 years, fans of Shenmue have been asking Yu Suzuki to use Kickstarter. Yu Suzuki didn't do this Kickstarter on his own. He requested the Kickstarter. That's what a lot of people don't understand. Like, Greg's bragging, he's trying to damage control it. Like saying, oh, Sony's doing this and that. First of all, if Sony did this, it wouldn't be coming to PC. It'd be a PS4 exclusive. Yeah. Why would Sony fully back Shenmue and allow it to be on PC? They would make it exclusive. You know what I mean? And it wouldn't need a Kickstarter then. But I also found out a week ago, this was just recent, Sega is helping Yu Suzuki with Shenmue. That's where he's getting his other funds from, Sega. Sega's helping him. I didn't know this.
Of course.
I just found this out too. Yeah, but Sega didn't want anything with the IP though. They didn't want nothing to do with Shenmue, but then when they realized how much it made at the Kickstarter, they're like, holy shit, people want Shenmue. People want this game to come to life, so they decide, you know what, we're going to help you. And I've also heard rumors that they're going to release 1 and 2 HD remastered for PS4. That's rumors, though. But I wouldn't surprise me because it would attract people to the game. You know what I mean?
I think the main thing that's selling Shenmue and what would make it not be a flop is just the fact that the part 3 was canceled, scrapped years ago, and like you said, fans always wanted to know what happens at the end of the story, and it's just time. Time is why this game is hyped. Time. You know what I'm saying? Because it took so long for this game to actually be talked about again from the original creator. You know, that's where the hype lies and comes from.
Also, PlayStation, I saw an interview with Adam Boyes and stuff. They had to keep the game a secret for about 2 years.
Yeah.
They had to use a code name for Shenmue through the whole development company. Only 3 people knew about Shenmue. Yu Suzuki and I think Adam Boyes and another vice president at the place. I think it was Shuei Yoshida. I don't know which one of those. They were the only ones that knew about it. It was so secret. They had secret it has been.
I'm going to tell you like this. I honestly think that a lot of games or unannounced stuff, you know, project secrets and all of that, I think the only time they get leaked is when Sony does it themselves. Sony, you know what I'm saying? I don't think it's like somebody come out and be, oh, I found this out and leaked it. I think they have control of what goes out because they kept a lot of secrets. They keep a lot of secrets and stuff gets released. Like, all right, Final Fantasy VII Remake. Regardless of what anybody says, you know what I'm saying? If, you know, somebody, you know, people have been guessing year in and year out about this game being remade. And when they finally stopped and got quiet and, you know, just shut up. Because remember the year before we got trolled with the Final Fantasy VII port to the PS4. Then they come out.
Thought it was a port, it was a remake.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And so you know, I think they keep tight-lipped on a lot of stuff, and when stuff gets leaked, I think they do it on their own. Just like with the Uncharted Nathan Drake collection.
Yeah.
They released that information on their own. They leaked it themselves by announcing it on the PlayStation Store like a week or two early before they actually really announced it. You know, what else is going on this week that we can talk about?
Also, what I wanted to bring up really quick too about Shenmue, I saw Johnny's comments on the Twitch. Yes, people back the game for the story. You go on sites, all they want is the story. Some guy said this gameplay could look like Minecraft, he said. I just want to know what the hell happens. Because when you're playing a game and something happens, but it comes off right away, and you're waiting 14 years for it, you're going to be hyped for it. You know what I mean? That's why I backed it. Because, and I want this, but I'm still trying to figure out why Xbox fans are making a deal like, oh, we didn't want Shenmue anyway. I found an article last year, okay? Apparently, when Phil Spencer, when he joined, people have been asking, Xbox fans have been asking him ever since he joined, he became head of Xbox.
I remember that, and I remember him saying that he wish he could. He said himself that he wish he could bring Shenmue to the Xbox, but that's not, you know what I'm saying, that's not within his power.
If Yu Suzuki hasn't been treated well by Microsoft in Shenmue 2 because they refused to let them port the Dreamcast version to America. That they didn't like, and they tried to control them with their game, like rushing them, not being very good with them. That's why they went with Play. But PlayStation's mostly helping them distribute the game. They don't have any access to the funds. They don't have any access to anything. All they wanted it was to come to PS4. If they fully backed the game, it would have been exclusive to PS4. Xbox fanboys are just doing this because it's not coming to their system. Because I remember blatantly Xbox fans wanting Shenmue. Okay. That's just the facts. But
Johnny,
that's all I have to say about it.
Johnny asked the question, what is your most anticipated game? Far as me, my most anticipated game got to be, man, it's hard. Final Fantasy 15 story.
It all depends. Are you talking about anticipated game for 2016, 2017?
Yeah, 2016 and 2017. I mean, because
2017, if it comes out, Shenmue 3. 2018, when it gets a street date, Psychonauts 2, because that's the date that they want it to come out, is 2018. 2016 has to probably be Horizon. Horizon just looks,
my most anticipated game still is Final Fantasy 15 because I remember when that was first announced after the tech demo of Final Fantasy 7, and you know it's been, you know, it's been. He said that most anticipated game that's been announced. I still gotta say Final Fantasy 15 because from the trailers I saw and everything.
15 looks amazing.
Yeah.
I love how people were complaining that the mechanic was too sexy.
That's crazy. But mine has got to be Final Fantasy 15.
It's Japan. Most of their games are some sexual content or innuendos in your games.
Yeah, exactly.
And here's a topic I wanted to talk about. You would drop it onto as well. SJW banning Dead or Alive in America.
That's crazy.
Here's the thing though, what really pissed them off about it is PlayStation is offering people to get an English version, which I got that from some Chinese site I bought it, I pre-ordered it. Because there's an option to have English, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Italian subs. Everything's gonna have all multi-language subs. So you can play the sub. As long as your content is English, it'll go right to English. And they had a problem with it. They were saying this game's too sexist, and I was like, okay. And even gamer girls, they didn't give a rat's ass about it. A lot of gamer girls I know are actually picking it up. They're actually bought it from PlayAsia just to give a fuck you to them. People are actually buying this game. They're paying the $70-something on PlayAsia, Min. There's another site I go on as well. But yeah, it's ridiculous. Why would you do that? Why are you complaining about this now? And now SJW saying that Uncharted 4 is racist.
What?
Because of the women's selection. Yeah, because of the women's selection. There's no colored women in it.
But
It's only a white girl.
I'm pretty sure the beta is just the beta, but I'm pretty sure when the game released, the lady Nadine, she will be a selectable character in the multiplayer. Johnny says there's no Man's Sky believers. When I first saw No Man's Sky, the first thing I thought of, the first thing I thought of was the concept they had for Star Wars Battlefront 3 when they first announced it years ago. How you can get in your ship and you could fly from the planet to outer space.
Here's my head scratcher. The fact that it takes 5 billion years to do everything.
The thing about No Man's Sky is it's a first-person perspective game. It'll take me a while to actually try to really get into that. But it's still, what my thing is, what I need to know more about, like, is it going to be a story with this game and a campaign or whatever? What is the actual point of the game? I understand.
You ever heard of, like, you know Minecraft, right? It's something like that. Unless you build your own planet, your own world. It's endless. And basically what you can do is you can go on your spaceship, you can visit other planets. And they said to visit every single planet would take you 5 billion years. That's my head scratcher. I don't know if they're using something in the coding which makes the game endless, like an MMO, or what? I don't understand that.
Well, me personally, if when that game releases, that'll be a game for the PlayStation VR for me, and I think that when No Man's Sky releases, I believe it's gonna be the front runner for VR, because they're keeping too much hush hush, and they're actually keeping both games kind of separate if you look at it. And they're announcing all these other titles for VR, but I think No Man's Sky is going to be the front runner to push VR, PlayStation VR to the forefront. Maybe Oculus Rift. Because I still think No Man's Sky is going to be released on the PC too at the same time.
Have you noticed a lot of games are going to PS4 and PC? You want to know why?
What's your opinion on that?
They're selling. If you look at